All right, guys, we're going to talk the Gloomhaven story so far on our first 10 quests, where we ended up, where we started, and just kind of an overview of what's happened from the beginning to this point and in the board game here. So this is on my computer, is what it is. Just felt like this was the easiest way to tell the story. So we started off in the Sleeping Lion, which is the tavern. It's where a lot of the quests happen, or we go there at the end of each quest to regroup and whatnot, talk about different things. And so it's a main area in the story. So at the Sleeping Lion, we met Jexera, who offered us a quest to find missing documents. The group needing money, we accepted her quest, and that took us to the Black Barrow, which was quest 1. We entered the Barrow, defeated some bandits, but realized the leader wasn't there. And that took us deeper into the lair, which was quest 2. We found the leader, who seemed a little possessed, but did end up killing him and grabbing some scrolls, or the documents that Jexera was looking for. So that was the first 2 quests that we encountered. Going back to the Sleeping Lion, we had to make a choice. Jexera offered us another quest to kill a group of Enochs, which is a race in Gloomhaven, to kill a group of them. Or instead, we could have chosen to read the scrolls and follow the scrolls ourselves, and kind of investigate this thing called the Gloom and what that was. So as a party, we decided we were going to follow the documents. That took us to quest 3, which was the Crypt of the Dam. This is the timeline of researching the Gloom. So we went to the Crypt of the Dam, we explored, and we found another map. And the map pointed us to another crypt where supposedly these cultists are using an ancient power. So that was the map we found at the altar. So we followed that map, and that took us to quest 4, which was the Runius Crypt. And the Runius Crypt, we found the cultist group, and they were using a void. There was a big void at the altar that they were using for power. They were tampering with the void. And we decided we needed to seal the void, but we needed a help of an aether, or magician, basically. And so we heard there was one at the Crooked Bone and decided to go seek one out. So at the Crooked Bone, we met Hale, who agreed to help us, but first we had to we had to find her blue orb from the frozen hollow. And so she basically told us, you do this, and then I will choose to help you. So that led us into quest 5, which was the frozen hollow, and our quest to obtain the blue orb, which was like this. It looked like a frozen world inside the orb. So we got the orb, we gave it to her. She agreed to help us, but she needed a chalice to protect herself in sealing this void. She knew of one in the Forgotten Crypt, so we chose to go ahead and go over there to get this chalice to help her seal the void. And that took us to quest 6. So in quest 6, the group, we obtained the chalice, and Hale destroyed the enemies immediately with the power of it. She said she was ready to close the void back in the Runius Rift, but as a group, we decided instead to head back to Gloomhaven and follow Jexera's quest that she had originally offered with the Enoch's camp. So we didn't do this quest, this Runius Rift, to seal the void with the sensor. So we went all the way back to here at the Sleeping Lion, and that's where we went into quest 7, which was Jexara's quest. So we killed the Enoch's group. We returned back to the sleeping line again, and she then tells us she wants us to look for a diamond. And we declined because we didn't want to just keep being her errand boys. So we said, you know what, we did this one quest, or we did this other quest for you, that's it. We're not going to do any more. And instead, we went to the Noxious Cellar, where we heard stories about a powerful, magician or sorceress named Zorn. And so we went to go research the Zorn, the story of Zorn, or the quest of Zorn here. And so that took us to our Zorn quest tree. And so quest 8, we went to the cellar. The group got split up. Every person on the team found a treasure chest, and in it was a piece of a staff. They put the staff together, and it was a map showing below the crypt of the dam, where they were in quest 3. So there apparently was more in this crypt than we had found out. So we went back to the crypt, and we went into the basement. There we met a ghost who said that he could fix the staff. We defeated enemies while he worked, and then finished. He gave the staff to Ivanta and told the group to go to the tomb of Zorn in the Palace of Ice. And that was quest 10. So quest 10, Ivanta charged up the staff by killing some infestors. She placed it on the altar. Zorn resurrected and killed Ivanta. After this event, Adonis retired, Rat went into training, and Big Ben stayed at the Sleeping Lion and drank. So that was quest 10. So now, completing this Seeking Zorn quest tree here, we can either go back and seal the void, which is what we were originally going to do, was seal it, or we could jump in it. And now that we had 2 new characters, or well, kind of 3, because Rat Damon had trained, so he's evolved. We have the new Sawbones guy, and we have the Plague Herald. So we felt we were stronger. So we felt, instead of just destroying the void, we had the power now to go in it and see what it's all about, and eliminate anything we need to eliminate that's in there. And so that takes us to quest 11, where we are now on this quest tree to destroy the gloom inside this void. So the new group of Rat Damon, Zornberg, Ransack, Big Ben enter the void to get to the bottom of the gloom. And that's where quest 11 will start. We are starting quest 11. This will take us to the end of the game. This is what we are on, the main quest tree to destroy the gloom, and we will finish the game after that. So that is kind of the story of where we started way back when and where we ended up. So we went through all these different quest areas, kind of bounced around a little bit. But at the end of the day, we basically found some scrolls, talked about a void with power, and now we're going to go into the void and destroy it. Everything else was kind of just different things that happened in getting to that point. So there's our story recap. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll go from there.